Good morning, sports fans. You're in the cheap seats. Josh Komnick along with Justin Tierney filling in for the furniture guy again, Jake Johnson, as he's out coaching our youth in Lincoln and Logan County out on the soccer fields. Yes, so Justin, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here
again today. We're at the 2012 Logan County Community Health Fair. Today's show is brought to you by Community Action. For information on all the services and resources Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois provides, phone 217-732-2159 and become a foster grandparent. It's fun and very rewarding. Justin, what's been going on in the sports world this week? We've had quite a bit going on.
Busy week for obviously Illinois basketball fans. Today's a busy day. Obviously with the Final Four going on, spring training baseball is just starting to kind of come to a close. I think opening day is this week. So those three things, definitely big stuff. Of course, I saw last night the Bulls won again. The Bulls are looking good. Got to get healthy, but otherwise things are going well. But I think obviously the biggest story this week, Illinois basketball coach. And then there's, of course, a ton of local stuff as well. Sure there is. And as we're talking about local stuff, I was just, we're out here at the Lincoln Rec Center, so I walked across the parking lot when I got here this morning early. And, of course, the Railers are hitting the field today, 10 o'clock, against Decatur MacArthur. It's a three-game series type of tournament today over at Mike Curry Field here across the street at Lincoln Community High School. Decatur MacArthur, Decatur Eisenhower has come here, and Lincoln was taking batting practice, so I got a chance to watch a little bit of that. We've got the karate going on next door. This place is packed already. Oh yeah. For the Logan County Health Fair, Anytime Fitness. I mean, anybody you can see out here, the hospital. There's just a ton of things going on. American Red Cross is here. The Humane Society of Logan County is here. So just a great day to come out, meet people, learn about their businesses or their different causes, and just be a good citizen and come out and check some things out. Great place to bring your kids today too. A lot of fun stuff going on. Yeah, and it's all about personal health and just making yourself better, and this is the spot to be. You can also we're here from 9 to 10, but then you can join WLCN 96.3 along with Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois live today from 10 to noon here at the Logan County Community Health Fair here at the Rec Center. Jim from the Lincoln Country Morning Show and Jeff number 2 from the new Nighttime Fix will broadcast live from the Community Action Partnership booth, joined by guests and lots of information about everything Community Action of Central Illinois has to offer area residents. As always, there will be lots of fun and fabulous prizes with the WLCN Prize Vault in tow. So plan now to join WLCN 96.3 along with Community Action today from 10 to noon at the 2012 Logan County Community Health Fair located here at the Rec Center. Getting into sports, so as we were talking about that baseball team, the Railers, of course, they've hit the field off to a good start, 4-3 on the season. I think they took a rough loss. I was talking with Coach Courtwright just a little bit ago. They took a rough loss at Metamora last night, but they are 3-0 in the conference starting out. And Justin, as you well know from covering sports, not only in Lincoln but a part of the Central State 8, is a very tough baseball conference. Absolutely. When you have Chatham Glenwood and Sacred Heart Griffin in the state tournament almost every year. Oh yeah, definitely. It's always, I think the thing with Lincoln High School baseball is, can we break out of that third place spot? That's, I think, what the Coach Courtwright's looking to do. Of course, this year they lost some pitching. Last year, I know they lost their ace, Mr. Ryan Aper, was a guy who's single-handedly kept them in some games last year, and so that's something that I think they're looking to replace, not with one guy, but as a group, where you can bring in a group of guys that can maybe show up on their day and do their job. And I think Coach Courtwright's going to be a very, very good asset to the program, brings a lot of energy, very, very high energy guy, and played baseball at a high level himself. So it'll be interesting to see how the season goes along. You love hearing that they're 3-0 in the conference. It's the best way you can start. Perfect start. Nothing better than start 3-0. Yeah, there's we're going to try and get Coach Courtwright in and maybe a couple of seniors in. It's a rough for a baseball coach or the team to get in to the cheap seats and starting at 9 o'clock every Saturday. They've got a doubleheader almost every Saturday. There is one coming up, I believe I looked at their schedule, that is an 11 o'clock start at Mike Curry Field. So hopefully on that day we can get Coach and maybe a couple of his seniors coming in. But just some of the highlights already. I saw where they put up 19 runs in a win against Springfield.
18 unanswered to win 19-5. So they're putting up runs, which I think sometimes is a trouble.
Talking to some of the kids, they think they can hit. I mean, they feel confident. Ryan Montcalm can hit. Tyler Horcham can hit. Cody Heidberger can hit. Dane Eimer, is it Dane? I think it's Dane. He can hit a little bit. I mean, there's some kids out there who can really swing the sticks. If you like offense, the Railers can provide.
Well, it's been a great start of the season weather-wise. I remember back playing, there were days where you had gloves on, and I wasn't a guy that wore batting gloves, but in the cold weather I was, and this has been a great hitting weather start to the season. I mean, you can't complain about 80 degrees, and the balls definitely fly a lot better in 80-degree weather than they do 45 and 50 where you've had sometimes now. But even today, when they start that game today, so come out and check them out at Mike Curry Field, 10 a.m. start. Decatur Eisenhower and Decatur MacArthur. I'm not sure which one they play first, but anyway, they will be playing at 10 o'clock today at Mike Curry Field. And, softball's off to a great start, Justin. And we've got a lot of things as the Central State 8 Awards were handed out this week. And a lot of the winter awards were taking place and wrapped up by a number of different Lincoln High School athletes. As we're going to kind of go through those a little bit later on in the show. We've got, of course, that Illinois basketball, and give us a call, 737-3791. Let us know. Obviously, Coach John Gross is the new coach at Illinois, and we'll get your thoughts on it, Justin. I know you research that a lot and pay attention to the Illini sports quite a bit, but we'll go through that and go through that hire and what he's got to do now. But give us a call. Was it a good hire? Anything going on in the sports world that you've taken place this week? 737-3791. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're out here at the Logan County Health Fair at the Lincoln Rec Center from 9 to 10, but then Jim and Jeff number 2 will be out here from 10 to noon. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Back out here at the 2012 Logan County Community Health Fair, March 31st, 2012. This show brought to you by Community Action Partnership. For information on all the services and resources Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois provides, call them at 732-2159 and become a foster grandparent. It's fun. It's rewarding. And Josh Komnick along with Justin Tierney, sports guru, Logan County title, right?
No, I don't think I'll go that far.
No?
Sports bum.
Sports bum. There you go. That's even. I like that one even better. Hey, a lot of things going on out here at the Logan County Health Fair. We've got the karate just off to our left, getting us a little pumped up. I feel like I should go over there and yell.
Yeah, I don't know. I can yell. I'm not going to do any of the kicks out of the fear I might pull a muscle. I can't kick that high, but those kids are focused, looking serious over there. From what I can see, everybody's ready to go.
Already packed here.
Don't mess with those guys.
Out at the rec center for all your health benefits, fire department, Anytime Fitness, Memorial Home Service. I mean, the hospital. Everybody's out here right now. So come out and join us. We're here from 9 to 10. But the rest of the crew at WLCN 96.3 will be here from 10 to noon, along with the Community Action Partnership, bringing you all the exciting events, not only that Community Action Partnership has, but all the things that are going out here at the 2012 Logan County Health Fair. As we're haven't got into the Illinois side. We just talked the regular baseball a little bit. Of course, you got the Final Four coming up. Give us a call, 737-3791. Who's going to win? You got Kentucky and Louisville, maybe two of the more storied programs in college basketball going, not only that, but they're
in-state rivals.
They're in-state rivals. I was reading an article today in the paper that a Louisville fan got crossed up with a Kentucky fan in like the hospital.
It was like a dialysis center.
Yeah, this guy was going in to get his something looked at, and beside they start throwing blows at each other.
Older guys.
Yeah, getting after it. That's a heated rivalry when you're going for a dialysis checkup or something, and you come out and with a black eye and you come home to your wife and the guy's 50 years old or something, and Kentucky guy across the way, and that was it.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good game today. I know Vegas is saying Kentucky's a 9-point favorite.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
I certainly see why. Kentucky is just immensely immensely talented. I think there's 3 things Louisville has to do to stay in the game today. Number 1 is they have to keep the ball out of the paint.
Sure.
Which you've got Anthony Davis and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, who are just probably the 1-2 picks in the NBA draft, the first 2 picks. But if you can keep the ball out of the paint, keep the ball out of their hands from within 5 or 10 feet, that's the first step. The second thing you can do if you're Louisville is limit turnovers. If Kentucky's in transition, you can go back to the locker room and go home, get on the plane home. And the third thing is Louisville has to shoot the ball well,
they have to,
especially from the outside, because you can't go. I mean, Anthony Davis is just such a force.
Yeah.
He has a great quote in here today in the newspaper about he won the Player of the Year, the Associated Press Player of the Year, and he says, "I have to thank my teammates for those lob passes for easy baskets and for them getting beat off the dribble for all those blocked shots." So certainly Anthony Davis is going to be the focal point of the game today, and he is of every game just because what he brings defensively.
I tell you, they have a great luxury in that guy, and I remember back when I played, we were very big underneath. Brian Cook was, of course, 6'10", Zach Lee 6'7". We brought in guys that were 6'5", 6'6". We could really pressure and almost gamble a lot on the 1-2-2 at the top because guys weren't going to come in against our guys.
When you see Kentucky in transition, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They can get out and pressure you because they know they've got a guy that's averaging 4 blocks a game underneath. And I think the key today for me is, I think you hit it on the head, is Louisville has to shoot the basketball extremely well because they're not going to get anything in the paint. They've got a kid who is a freshman. I think his name's Bohannon.
He's a 6'10" guy.
Stud.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
That's dang, I think.
Well, no, they've got Jing is a 6'10" center, like he's a shot blocker. They've got Bohannon, who's like a 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah. I love the way he plays.
Power forward. Oh, yeah.
I love the way he plays, but he's not going to get a shot off against those guys.
No.
And I think in order for Louisville, the problem I think that Louisville is going to have is they're going to try and run with Kentucky because that's what they do. They pressure and they run, and when they're playing the best, they're almost out of control somewhat.
Well,
but under control.
When they did play, they played Florida last week, and you saw them come out in the zone against Florida. Well, Florida went 8 for 11 from 3 in the first half against Louisville's zone. So, I mean, it makes more sense to play a zone against Kentucky, obviously, with their post play, but still, that zone didn't look very good last week. So it's Kentucky. It's going to be a heck of a challenge. But I like the setup of you have one prohibitive favorite and one definite underdog. Those are fun games to watch as a fan, especially if they're close.
The underdog comes out on top.
Yeah, especially if they're close. And I think it'll be a ball game. I think the second game today, it is just you want to talk about star power. Thomas Robinson, Jared Solinger, and Jared Solinger's crew of sidekicks.
I mean, you can go. I think this year I've underestimated Ohio State. I mainly because the last 3 weeks they just didn't really play well. They won some, and then they lost some, but they didn't play very well. And I was like, I don't know that they're a 2 seed. I don't know that they're that good.
I watched Ohio State a half a dozen times this year because I saw them play Illinois live, the Braden Paul game. I was in the house that night for the Assembly Hall when Braden Paul played the game of his life.
Which might have been the worst thing for Illinois this year.
But I also watched him play Wisconsin. I watched the Michigan State game. I watched Purdue, and I watched Duke. And when I watched Ohio State, I just got the feeling this was a group that was waiting for a big stage. They were just kind of coasting. They didn't play great defense. They didn't execute the best. The talent was there, but you just got the feeling they were kind of bored almost. And I think the tournament, when your back's up against the wall, they've got that little extra adrenaline, and UC, they've just executed very well. I mean, they beat Syracuse. Syracuse is an excellent team.
Right.
They had a tough second-round game against Gonzaga, I know. But they've persevered, and it always helps when you've got Jared Solinger in there in the post.
Right now, the experts have that as a Buckeye 2.5-point favorite, which I think I agree with you. This is going to be an excellent basketball game. I love Aaron Kraft for Ohio State. I think he's, to me, one of the most fun players to watch in college basketball. The guy is a menace to the other team. He scores. He dishes the ball. He handles the ball. He's
so unselfish.
Great on defense. His lateral foot speed is excellent. And
his hands on defense, too. There's a loose ball, and he's on it.
Yeah, I think he'll take Tyshawn Taylor away from the game. As I was talking to a friend this morning early, I really liked Kansas, and the more I just started thinking about the matchups, I think Kraft's going to shut down Tyshawn Taylor. The other two guards really for Kansas aren't that good.
Yeah.
And then who's going to guard Deshaun Thomas from Kansas?
Yeah, it'll have to be. I think Kansas has got the big guy Jeff Withey.
I think it's going to be Relaford's going to have to guard Thomas. I think.
I don't know if they would do that or if they'd have Whitty guard Solinger and then Thomas Robinson guard Deshaun Thomas.
I don't know if I just don't know if
Thomas
Robinson can guard Deshaun.
Yeah.
He's a perimeter guy too,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to have to be Relaford.
Yeah.
And they just pose a lot of matchups. So for me, I guess I'm leaning toward Ohio State. I'm definitely, I guess, going to be that guy that goes with Kentucky because I think Kentucky is just too powerful. They're too big. Their guards are 6'8", 6'7". I mean, and
they're just
and Louisville's guards are 6 foot, 6'2".
I watched the Baylor game. The one mistake I made in my bracket, we were talking off the air, is I was 3 for 4 in the Final Four, but I thought I'd get trendy and cool and pick Baylor.
Yeah.
So I watched the game
and you
last
found out
week.
you're not.
Yeah, I was wrong. Baylor's a great team. Like they're incredibly athletic, and Kentucky just ran them out of the gym.
Yeah, they did. It's going to be. Looks like a Kentucky Louisville is a 5:09 start.
Yep.
And then what do we got? Kansas and Ohio State are going to tip at what time is that?
I believe it's about 7:30.
7:50.
7:50. Wow.
7:50.
So a little longer in between games.
Well, yeah, you've got to have some pop star come in and sing at halftime and everything else. So.
Look at that's another thing that's amazing is you look at the front of one of the local newspapers today. Look at the head coaches that are in this Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about four blue blood head coaches: Rick Pitino, John Calipari, Bill Self, and Thad Matta.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't get much better than that.
No, you've got some of the top programs. Although Ohio State, I guess historically isn't that, but they're on the up. I guess I'd want what Ohio State has right now for Illinois.
Yes, Thad Matta has turned that place around in 4 or 5 years. Now they're going to be there to stay.
Yeah, interesting stats on the Final Four. 49 is the number of combined Final Four appearances for Kentucky, Kansas, Louisville, and Ohio State. Of course, Ohio State doesn't have a lot of those. Most of them Kentucky, Louisville, and Kansas. 7 national championships for Kentucky, 3 for Kansas, Louisville with 2, and Ohio State has 1. 14 McDonald's All-Americans as that game was going on this week. McDonald's All-American game, high school, All-Stars going on. 14 of them will be on the court in the 2 games today. So, I've always said, I don't care how good a coach you are, you don't win unless you got talent. Well, there's 14 of them at least right there.
Well, you figure there's 20 starters, between the 4 teams, if my math is correct. So
yeah, pretty close.
14 out of 20, I'm figuring all the McDonald's guys are starters. There might even be some guys coming off the bench.
Yeah.
For Kentucky, especially.
If you're Kentucky, you have a surplus of.
Kentucky's probably got 8 of the 14.
Right. So. 3 is the number of different schools Louisville's Rick Pitino has taken to the Final Four.
Impressive.
Of course, Providence, 1987, Kentucky in 1996 and 97, and then in 2005 in Louisville also. $714. If you want to catch a quick trip down to New Orleans, you have to pay $714 as the price of an average ticket to the Final Four. That's a 112% increase from last year. So people say the economy's down. The place will be packed tonight. You can guarantee it. And the highest ticket purchased so far is the Plaza Premium seat for $7,900.
I wish I had that kind of money. I didn't win the Mega Millions last night. Otherwise,
somebody from Illinois did, and it wasn't me. So
I did hear that this morning.
Good luck to them. I wish I was in your spot. But hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We've got, of course, some action from the winter sports. The Central State 8 gave out their awards. We want to talk about that. We want to talk about the hire of Mr. John Gross. And if you've got anything to talk about, give us a call, 737-3791. We're out here at the Lincoln Rec Center for the Logan County Health Fair. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCN online.com.